All right, welcome everybody. My name is Barney Kuntze, creator and founder of the YLSS Summit, created for Young Living members by Young Living members, and we are dedicated to your success as much as we are our own success and want to share that with you. I'm also a gold leader from Ontario, Canada, working my way towards platinum in the next couple months, and I am working in even closer to my diamond goal as well. We had an amazing call last week with Tom Challen. If anybody was on the call that's on the call tonight that was on the call with Tom last week, it was absolutely amazing and really, really energizing. And what I love about these calls is that it gives us a chance to really connect between the summits. I just wanted to share this with you guys as we go into introducing and getting Julie ready and warmed up for her presentation, which, by the way, Julie, are you with us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good.
And by the way, your presentation, are we just going to be chatting tonight, or did you have something you were going to take everybody through as like a short little presentation?
Well, I have a presentation, but I don't have like any slides or anything.
Okay, perfect. No problem. So I'll just continue on here, Julie. I just wanted to say that we've been getting some great response from people who have been participating live. There's a fine balance of letting people know that the recordings are going to be included and or provided after, because then I know for my own self, I'm on a lot of different marketing people's lists and business builders and entrepreneurs and movers and shakers and leaders in the industry or industries that I'd like to study in. And when a webinar says, "Oh, well, the recording is going to be provided," I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm going to do something else during that time, and then I'll listen to the recording after." But there's something very special about being on a call live and about carving the time out of your schedule and choosing to use that time to invest in your future, your growth, yourself, your life, your business, your family. If I didn't already say your future, because it's making that commitment and showing God, showing the universe that you're committed and dedicated to growing. And it might sound kind of silly. You can't just show up to live trainings and then not do anything and not take any action. But there is something special about the people that really grow and really evolve and build their business and share and impact more lives are the ones that you see at convention. They're the ones that you see at the events or going to the meetings, going to the workshops, going to the summits, participating in the calls. However, I will say that I have met lots of people that go to trainings, go to workshops, go to seminars, go to workshops, go to summits. They buy this training, they buy that training, and nothing still changes for them in their life, and you have to take action. And so I wanted to kind of preface our training here tonight and our little bonus call with Julie, because I wanted to let you guys know she was somebody who I first of all have a lot of respect for. She's an amazing presenter, has done a great job sharing some pearls of wisdom in 2015 and 2016 summit, and I'm hopeful if she's grateful enough to accept the invitation to come back again this year. We are in the thick of things, planning the 2017 summit, which we're not 100% sure yet, but we are probably, it's going to be more than likely in September 2017, in the tail end of September. We did October the first year, we did November the last year, and I can tell you that we're not doing it at the end of the month. We're thinking in the middle of the month for as we all know, being in Young Living, doing it at the end of the month is sometimes risky because when you're building your business, the end of the month is an important time in your business. So at any rate, I also had let me back up a step. So Julie, my first knowledge of you or of her was from their Wild Business Tools, and it was a training that I had bought with some great scripts and some just the things to do and things not to do in building your business. She's going to share with you a little bit more about her story in case you haven't, for whatever reason, watched her presentation on the summit. But she has a lot of experience in being successful in a certain area and then picking up your life or her life and then moving to a completely new market and having to kind of, in a way, start over again with a local warm market. And so that was my first experience with just going through the training. Then I got to meet Julie in person several times at convention and then also at the Gold Retreat in July of 2015, I think it was, if I remember correctly. And in fact, my wife and I just received our gold award, the little glass teardrop thingamajig although we went gold about 2 years ago. But it's better late than never, and it's just really cool. I have my silver award sitting up here on my desk, and my executive and gold certificate, and so it's kind of cool. And it's just neat because the people that you meet in Young Living, when you go to events, when you go to conventions that are cross-line, that are, in other teams or in other areas, in other markets, it doesn't matter. We're all part of one big family, one bigness. Wow, one big company, one family, one business is what I was trying to say. Or as Jim Bob Hagerton says, Team YL, or YL Global. And we're really just excited that you're here tonight. So there is my exciting introduction for you, Julie. I hope that you're warmed up and ready to rock and roll tonight. Thank you so much for taking and making the time out of your schedule, because I certainly know that you weren't just sitting there twiddling your thumbs looking for something to do.
Right. Well, thanks so much for having me, Barney, and I appreciate your introduction. And also, I want to say same to you. I'm definitely impressed with all the hard work you put in, not only to, I've seen you in action building your Young Living business, and I've seen you in action, not like right there with you, but seeing what you've done to put together these summits, which I know is a tremendous amount of work that you put in on all of our behalf. So definitely appreciate that. And anyone listening who happens to be on Barney's team, you are very blessed, and to have a leader like that, and definitely recommend you follow the instructions he gives you. But yeah, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. Can't say quite as much about my Ningxia Red testimonial as I used to, but I'll just do the best I can. I got started with Young Living back in 2005, actually, and I had dealt with some pretty interesting health problems for the previous 6 years, and that involved me being partially disabled, involved me not being able to work full time or exercise, and my massage therapist at the time gave me a bottle of Ningxia Red. I was not interested in Ningxia Red. I was not interested in any kind of super juice, but she gave me a bottle, so I drank it. I couldn't stop drinking it. I drank the whole bottle in 1 week, and I noticed that my energy levels that week were just so much better. I noticed that, wow, I can like do some exercise, and it's not really messing with me. I ran out of the Ningxia Red. I realized I was missing something, so I went ahead and signed up. And this was at a time in my life when actually, probably one of the low points in my life. Was newly divorced. I was actually living on a friend's couch, and I wasn't exactly rolling in the dough. I was probably making $600 a month at that time, and I still found the money to get started with Young Living. So anyone who ever comes to me with a money concern about getting started, I don't buy it. I have never looked back since. Joining Young Living has been one of the absolute best decisions of my life. The way that it's helped me with my health, the opportunities it's given me financially, the opportunities to meet some of the most amazing people I've ever met, and all the opportunities for personal growth that we all get, all of us who are engaged in this as a business. It's just one opportunity after another for growth. It can be a little painful at times, but it's so worth it. So what I wanted to talk about today is a concept that is called a test market. This is a way, so have you guys ever noticed that if you enroll someone, if I go and enroll someone new today in Young Living, I don't get paid today, right? I get paid for when I get my February check, which is going to be sometime in March, which thankfully Young Living's moved up the days by a couple of days. That's nice. But it's not money in your pocket instantly. And there's sometimes, especially when we're first getting started, it can be really nice to have a way to put money in our pocket right away. And the thing about doing a test market that I'm going to show you this concept and just kind of flesh it all out for you, that not only is this a great way to put money in your pocket, it's not only is this a great way for a new person to get moving with business, it's a great way for anyone who's new to an area. It's just a great thing to do, period. And this is a concept that I learned from Danny Johnson, who is one of my mentors that I've had through the years. And let me just pull up my notes here and make sure I have it. The other thing I love about a test market that I'll give you the full details here in a second. This allows you to get product in people's hands who might not otherwise try any of our products. And when they get results, and all of the test markets I've done, people have been very happy. These people are primed to take the next step and enroll with you. So When I first did my first test market in Young Living, it was many years ago. I think it was in 2007, actually, when I first moved to Utah. I joined Young Living in Florida, and I moved to Salt Lake City, and I didn't really know anyone. I knew like one person, and that one person didn't want to hear anything about Young Living. So I, was starting to meet a few people, and I did a Ningxia Red test market, and I sold at the full retail price plus tax. I sold, I believe it was 16 or 20 bottles of Ningxia Red with about 4 hours worth of work. And the key to this is the script, and I will be happy to provide the print form of this script to anyone who wants it, and I'll demonstrate it here in a second. But I feel like in our day and age, I really am excited. I'm actually about to start trying a lavender vitality and peppermint vitality test market, because now we have our lavender and peppermint in 5 mils that we can purchase, and the price point it's $30, and that is the retail price with a little bit added in for tax. That is the perfect price point for doing a test market. Most people have $30 to spare. And if you really wanted to get things moving with a test market and go all out, I would recommend doing test marketing 30. So 30 each of lavender vitality and peppermint vitality. If you're going to do this on an ongoing basis, this is something that I'm implementing into part of my ongoing strategy. I'm going to do about 10 per month. So how this works is you can either use your rewards points to get the lavender vitality and peppermint vitality. You can purchase, you can use your, have this be part of your essential rewards order. You can place a second order to get more freebies for the month, however way you want to do it. If you test market 30, the profit is about $200. If you use your points, then that's pure profit. You could test market 10 and make about $300 if you use your points to purchase them. But the people that you want to ask to test market the lavender vitality, peppermint vitality, or if you wanted to do Ningxia Red, you could. Anyone in your warm market who has ever expressed any interest in the oils, those are great people to ask. This is one I'm excited about because I'm going to be doing this. I live in Utah, which is like the essential oil capital of the world. There's like so many essential oil companies here, it's crazy. People that you know that who use another brand of oils, probably because they don't know better. These are people you have a good rapport with them. These are people that I'm going to be asking. Anyone that you've ever met and built a good rapport with, you can ask for the test market. So I'm going to go ahead, let's see here. I don't know, Barney or someone else, if I could role play with you, because I want to do a little role play with the script here for the test market.
Sure, yeah, I'm always game, and if anybody else would like to role play, they can. Actually, no, I can. I was going to say unless somebody else really wants to, they put up their hand, but I'm willing.
So let's say just for scenario's sake, let's say that I'm someone who, let's say you're a gym owner, although I know you're getting out of that field. Let's say you're the owner of the gym that I go to, and we've struck a rapport together occasionally. So I kind of know you a little bit, but I've been coming to your gym for a couple of years. Let's say it's that scenario.
Yep.
So and I'm at the gym. I just finished my workout. So hey Barney, how's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. How's life at the gym?
Life is amazingly fit and awesome.
Awesome. Very cool. So I was wondering if there's any way I could get your help with something. You know that I'm here. Sorry, I have the script for being new in the area. You know I've been coming to your gym for a year or two, and I've been looking for a way to pay down some debt. I'm actually looking to generate a couple of local testimonials of people who are wanting to support their health naturally, including the muscles and connective tissue, be able to actually do workouts a little more energetically, help with digestive health, sleeping better at night, stuff like that, using a couple of our products. This is something that my mom's used that's helped her quite a bit. My client Kelly has noticed that she does a lot better in her water aerobics workouts. And I'm actually looking for 10 people to try these products out. It's lavender and peppermint essential oil. Would you be willing to try them out for a month or more? I'd give you a sheet with the uses for the oils. It's $30, and if you don't like it, I'll give you a 100% refund.
Yeah, for
It would
sure.
really help me out to get some local testimonials. Would you be willing to try it
Yeah,
out?
you got me sold on the 100% money back guarantee.
Okay. So is it okay if I bring them next time I come to work out?
Yeah,
Bring the
absolutely.
oils for you?
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll just give you that sheet so you know how to use them. And I just really want to know how they work for you, and I want your honest feedback. So I definitely appreciate it.
I can do that for
So that's the Yeah. So that's the test market script. For myself, I just moved to this area, and the way that I'm going to be talking about this is I just moved, to this area. I'm looking for a way to pay down some debt, looking to generate some local testimonials, and you're really selling people on helping you, and then getting the 100% refund. And you do have to be willing to refund their money. I did a lavender oil test market years ago, and then the Ningxia Red, and nobody ever wanted their money back. But I suppose it's possible that someone would, but I wouldn't think that would be very likely. But um, but people know that you want their opinion. If they don't like it, they can get their money back. So what happened with me with the Ningxia Red is I had a few of these people. It's been a number of years. A few of these people signed up. I think about 3 of them signed up that month as wholesale members. Some of them are still on Essential Rewards 10 years later. So
Yeah,
it's
Julie.
a great way to get product in people's hands. Yes, Barney.
I was just gonna say, um, those of you listening live and in the future to this, I will tell you that the test market was something that before I heard about this through you, Julie, is something that I was familiar with doing with a previous company that I was involved with before Amway. Actually, it was Quickstar, but at any rate, it would use another company. And basically, as a trainer and a coach, just would do this where I would not promote products unless I was a strong believer in them and had personal experience. But on the other hand, if I wanted to just try it out, I would still invite and say, hey, if I'm trying this protein, would you like to try it? Yeah, great. You just buy it. Let me know what you think. And it's really good because if you go when you approach people based on the level of the relationship with them. Of course, for me as a fitness business owner and being in the club, it's a little different because clients come here, they trust us, they respect us, and we suggest and recommend products to them. But just the people that like at your work or your church or your, sports committees or anything, there's so many people out there that would love to get started. They just don't know if they want to get the kit, and it's a great icebreaker. And when I went through the basics of your training of the using this, Julie, it really helped to just simplify it. And you guys can actually do extremely well. I think that it's not unrealistic to generate a couple $100 in a couple hours or in a couple days, even when you're presenting the product to people. And it's great to do it for retail, just to reinforce what Julie was saying, because then when they're like, wow, that was amazing. I'm sure Julie is going to get to this, but now I want to get some more. Then you can tell them that you
Yes.
can even get a better price too.
Absolutely. And this is something that, and I'm going to do a better job teaching my new people. This is a great thing for new people to do. And, I have a neighbor who has used other oils. I gave her a little foaming hand soap with Christmas spirit oil for Christmas. And then when I saw her at church, she's like, "Oh, I want to talk to you about oils because I need to get some." So she's like top on my list of people to approach. I mean, of course she's gonna say yes to this. She's already said she wanted to try the oils. Um, there's I'm kind of one way that I'm working to soften people up also, and this is actually a tip that I got from the 12 Days of Diamonds from Lindsay Moreno, who's a Royal Crown Diamond, by giving about 10 small Young Living related gifts a month to different people, to potentially high quality prospects. And I think following up, asking them to test market lavender and peppermint, there's a high percentage of those people that are going to say yes. Once again, the one thing, I didn't mention this, the most important thing with this is our posture. When we're approaching people, we need to have a posture of confidence and of, we really think this, it's a helpful thing. And, you hear this a lot in trainings for network marketing. We need to take any dollar signs out of our eyes or any kind of desperation. where we are looking for 10 people who we're going to get testimonials. That's what we want from people, is their testimonials of the lavender and peppermint, and that means that it worked for them. And if by chance someone tries it and they just don't really like it, then here's your money back. No big deal. So, and so if you feel, by just hearing about this, if it feels uncomfortable to you, then you got to find someone or some way to help you, whether you feel like you would be, out for yourself and maybe coming across the wrong way. You've got to get all that out of your system so that no matter how or which way you build Young Living, it's all about having that posture of confidence, of serving other people, and of building that good rapport with people. And this is something that is going to help a lot of the people we talk to, if not every single one of them. So like I said, I'd be glad to provide this lavender and peppermint vitality test market script for anyone who wants it. Go ahead and you can email me at ylbusinesstools@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to send that over to anyone. But it's really simple. I think it's a great tool to have in your tool belt. And I guess if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer. But it's really kind of a short and sweet,
Yeah.
teaching that I have here.
Yeah. No, this is great, Julie. I think that I have some ideas for you after we are off the call here, because unfortunately, I shouldn't say that. Fortunately, when my brain gets going and I start talking and communicating with others, my brain lights up and my creative juices start surging. And I just wanted to add, so I was to make a note that I want to talk to you about something after, because I think there's this
Okay.
something that is completely underutilized, in my opinion, and not in a bad way, just something that there's a lot of potential, because there's other people that are using other companies, and like you said, they just don't know any better, and they're doing the best
Right.
with the information that they've been given from the person that they've been given, and giving the information to. But I have found at least, I'm going to say at least 8 people out of 10 that I talk to that use other oils and said, oh, yeah, I did some research, or I just decided to go with this company instead of Young Living. I'm like, okay, I'm just curious. Like, did you try Young Living, or did you do a comparison? I know that you said you did some research online, and they're like, well, no, but my friend Mary just told me that these oils are great. And I figured if they said they were great, then, and she said they were great, then they probably are. And so usually that means that they didn't do the research. But I'm saying this because this is a great like opportunity to say, okay, awesome. Well, what you might want to consider doing is, you can buy a 5 ml bottle of lavender or peppermint for X amount of dollars. You obviously want to have the price already like figured out, or have it in the top of your mind, or have it available, or have it in a sheet of paper that you can hand to them, and just say, I just try them out and compare them with the oils that you have now, and that will give them the opportunity in their own space and time to make the decision up for themselves, to really know. And if they're want to move forward and start using Young Living or get started in general, then great. And if not, then you've empowered them to be more educated and have the option to make that decision, um, moving forward. So, um, Don, you were
Definitely.
just, what's that?
Oh, I just totally agreed with you. Yeah.
And Donna was asking, so your email address, just to repeat back, Julie's email address is ylbusinesstools@gmail.com. And I'll see if I can work things out with Julie. I can't make any promises, but maybe we can make these available just exclusively to all the VIP members, or at least just put the note in there. If you'd like to get your hands on these, email Julie, and she can help you out. But yeah, I just wanted to just, if I could, expand on what you've been saying, and then we definitely can keep this a short and sweet training, which the length of the training doesn't dictate the value, that's for sure. But I will say that the test market is very powerful, and the option and the opportunity, because you can get creative with how you do it. I know that Julie had suggested and recommended, and she's been talking about using Ningxia Red, and the lavender and peppermint vitality, you said, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Now, somebody had mentioned on here, Donna said, well, we don't have vitality oils in Canada. And that is correct. So we don't have vitality oils in Canada, and some other markets may not either, but it doesn't have to be vitality. It could just be frankincense. It could be lemon. It could be lavender, peppermint. But my suggestion, and I hope that you'll agree with me and back me up, because this is what I've been doing, Julie, is that I like to, when I talk to my team members, I'd say, listen, here's a test market, here's how you can do it. But it's important that you are promoting or utilizing X product or whatever chosen product is, whether it's Ningxia Red, Peppermint, or Zing or anything, but that you have a good story yourself or you're really passionate about it when they ask you questions, that you can just kind of share them with it why you love it so much and what it's done for you, because that's what's going to sell them on it, and they need to have a little bit of education as to how to use it. And so I'm curious, Julie, what are the main reasons that you're suggesting lavender vitality? Um, because it's mainly for internal. So are you using it like in suggesting that they can use it in baking or food prep or something?
Well, the main reason I picked those products is because they're lavender and peppermint in 5 ml bottles, and it's a great price point for them to get both lavender and peppermint.
Ah, right.
And this is, I guess people can use their discretion. When I provide people with a sheet, I'm going to have uses for lavender vitality and lavender oil, and tell them that the lavender vitality is labeled as a dietary supplement, which means that it's extremely pure, and I have no problem also using this in other ways.
Yeah, perfect. That's good because it's better than saying like, oh, well, here's this oil that's labeled as non, X oil, and it's not vitality, and you can use it topically and aromatically, and you're not supposed to internally ingest it, but I do, because then you could get yourself in trouble. But
I don't think most people will have too many questions if we'll just say that we have different labeling laws, and I'm not very up on the Canada labeling laws, so sorry about that. But just like it's just a labeling thing. So this one's labeled for internal use. It's also that means that it's totally pure, and I feel perfectly fine using this topically as well.
Yeah, totally.
So.
Yeah, that's that's pretty awesome. And I will. I just want to add another piece in here for those of you. I'm willing. Well, I shouldn't say with 100% certainty, but I'm willing to bet most of you on the call are not fitness business owners or haven't owned a fitness club in your past. Maybe you have in your past, but maybe not right now. Because I'm sure if you did, you probably would have reached out to me already. But I say that because whether it's fitness business or just small business or just brick and mortar in general or wellness business, but any business, there's lots of different ways that you can get creative with this. But to get your feet wet, definitely start with people that you know and that you're comfortable with, like coworkers, friends, family members, and stuff like that, to just kind of get yourself going. But when we launched our different products in the gym to introduce them, actually, from a marketing standpoint, we would do like a test market saying that we want people to try this out. This is a great product. We want your feedback, and here's the price. If you're not satisfied, then you can get your money back. And I can tell you that in my years of doing this with it, the test market, we have never given money back. Mainly, it just gives people a sense of security and peace of mind to just know that if, for whatever reason, it's the worst thing in the face of the planet and I absolutely positively don't like it, then I can get my money back. It just gives you that sense of security. And but I think that if somebody does come to you, hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't come to you with the bottle full of Ningxia Red or empty, completely empty, and say, "Yeah, I didn't really like it. I want my money back." Because they obviously drank the whole bottle, so I'm sure they obviously liked it.
Definitely. I'm seeing that Donna asked if she wanted me to tell more about Ningxia Red. Um, Donna, all I know is that when I started drinking Ningxia Red, it really enhanced my energy levels, and it really helps me on a day-to-day basis. Still, I drink it daily. I can just feel it nourishing my body very, very deeply. I'm sorry I can't share my full testimonial anymore because it has buzzwords that we're not allowed to use. But I highly recommend Ningxia Red as a great way to help people to just enhance their health and energy levels, and it's totally healthy and natural. And
Yeah,
Donna, I started off taking actually 4 ounces a day. I was drinking 4 ounces a day of Ningxia Red. I don't drink that much now. I drink 1 to 2 ounces a day now. But for a few years there, when I was really helping to build my body back, I drank 4 ounces a day. That was what my body needed. it was an investment I made at the time
Yeah.
that allowed me to begin working full time again. So it helped reduce my medical bills in other ways. So it was a very, very good investment for me.
Yeah, I will second that and just say that I've had clients who were taking other things before, like multivitamins and such, and they just get discontinued taking them because they were found they were just getting so many benefits and a long list of things that were positively benefiting them, which is why they just continued to stick with Ningxia Red. And from a business building standpoint, I mean, you look at Karen Malone, who's an amazing diamond leader from Michigan, and she's like the queen bee of Ningxia Red. If you want to learn about Ningxia Red and how it's going to work for you and your kids and your family and your friends, she can sell you on Ningxia Red. And she built, to my knowledge, the majority of her business, a very large diamond business, was the majority of it was by utilizing Ningxia Red and by educating parents on how beneficial it was for their kids to take it. And from a business building standpoint, it's really smart because Ningxia Red is very highly consumable, and it tastes unbelievably amazing. The health benefits are
Right,
just so long, and the oils obviously are amazing. But when you think about it, you're getting the oils that people are like, oh, they're just getting into it, but they need more energy, focus, mental clarity, and so on. Then they're going to get that by consuming Ningxia Red, and that's pretty cool.
right. And if people think that in your area that people would respond well to the Ningxia Red test market, that's fantastic. I would recommend doing a test market of 16 bottles. I don't know how you guys buy them in Canada, but four
Yeah,
packs.
yeah, 2 pack, 4 pack, and an 8 pack. Or
Or
no,
you could get four
pardon me.
essential reward packs, and then you could have all those samples and keep them for yourself and sell the bottles. And you would charge the full retail price plus whatever tax and then a portion of the shipping. And a Ningxia Red bottle would be in the $40+ range per bottle.
Yeah, so here's
Sorry, I didn't do that math.
here's what I would suggest, Julie, if I can, because I'm as a business owner, and then I mean we all are. If you're building the business, you're a business owner, but sometimes people when you're building Young Living don't necessarily think this way. But what's really important for you to do, and it's pretty straightforward, you want to figure out your cost of goods sold. And so, as Julie, like you said, you're not really sure on the exact cost. I mean, you could just take the calculator out, take the cost of it, and then figure out the unit price of, okay, I bought 2 bottles divided by, like, let's just say $80 in Canada. So that's $40 a bottle. That's $20 per bottle. Wow, sorry, $40 per bottle. And then if you just accommodate for a little bit of shipping and the increase to the retail, what we do in the fitness club is we actually just take the price of any product at wholesale that we're allowed to sell on the shelf, or OTG products, meaning on the ground. For those of you in the US, we have OTG and NFR. NFR means not for resale. So like nitro is not for resale, and the pure protein is not for resale, but I can buy it personally as Barney Kuntze, a consumer. I just can't sell it or resell it to people. And so we take the product and then we take 1.45. So if it's $40, 1.45, and that would be the actual retail that we would sell it for um, on the club shelf. And so you might decide to just take the actual 1.24, or sorry, the 24%. But if you take $40 times 1.45, that works out to be $58, and we sell Ningxia Red for $59 for 1 bottle at retail in the gym, or 2 for $99. And so I tend to go to and say to people, if you're going to take at least 2 ounces a day, each bottle is 25 ounces. So you've got 50 ounces between 2 bottles. So for $99, or essentially $3 a day, you can get 2 ounces a day for an entire month. And that's really, 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 really good. But if you're feeling really deflated and really devoid of energy, and like you're in need of some increased mental clarity, and an extra bounce in your step, then I would encourage you to get 4 bottles and drink 4 ounces, 2 with breakfast, 2 with lunch, and just watch what happens to your body. But typically, people tend to start with the $99 for 2 bottles. And so the sweet part, if we're using my just basic math right now, if you took the $99 and then away from the 80 of the Ningxia Red, which I actually think it's lower, I think it's like 75 or something, but nonetheless, you're looking at retail of it's not massive, but it's $19. And that seems a little off. How did that work? But yeah, anyway, so you'd be $19, but then you got to remember you're also being able to benefit from the PV in your business as well.
Right.
So yeah,
One more thing I wanted to mention about the test market, and I'm trying to remember when I did the Ningxia Red test market. I think I collected money from people up front because I needed to get their money to even buy the product to begin with, because
yeah,
that's where I was at the time. So you can do it that way. You can have them write you a check, or however which way, and then you place the order and then like deliver it to them a week later,
yeah.
or however you want to do it. But it's definitely, you can buy it all up front and have it there. Like, okay, now I have this product, I've got to move it. Or you could collect the money and then purchase it and then deliver it to people. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you could do that. And I mean, if you have the cash, then you can buy it in advance. And then, like, I don't know why I like to do this. I'd like, let's buy like 40 bottles. We're going to sell them in the next month. Put the pressure on and let's get to work. But it's definitely a lot smarter financially to make the sale, have the commitment, have the cash in hand, buy the product, and then put it in the person's hand. Definitely a lot smarter to do it that way, Julie, for sure. And Krista was asking if you would recommend, I think we kind of already answered this, but do you recommend buying the 4-pack and then selling one bottle each person? I think we kind of answered the question, Krista, but if you could clarify for us, that would be great. But I do believe that you could do one bottle per person. And I think, just this is just my 2 cents, and hopefully you agree, Julie, but I think doing something along those lines, like one bottle for 59 or two for 109 or something like that, so they see that they're getting a bit of a deal if they buy two. Because if you were you recommending 4 ounces at the time, Julie, when you were doing your test market, or you were just saying,
No, no, I was just recommending they drink a bottle and that way it would last them about a month. So no, I was even telling them to like it was an ounce. It was a 30-ounce bottle back then, so that was about an ounce a day.
okay, right,
And I think I was telling them they could drink more and it would, go a little faster. But no, I wasn't having people take 4 ounces a day.
yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, so then very great information, very simple, very practical, and very effective. And this is a great thing to do if you're looking to rank advance or grow through a plateau or just bust out to the next level. Is by doing
Definitely.
test markets like this, and it's cool because you put a little bit of muscle in your hustle, and you can really help inspire people. And like Julie said, you said that most of the people that had started doing this with you with the test market are still with you and on Essential Rewards still to this day, correct?
Yes, there are several people that are, yes.
Yeah, and I don't know all of the stats specifically, but I do for my team personally. I mean, I know the numbers very well for my team, but for how many people are still in our organization that are active and ordering that are still members of my club, it's actually very small. There's about maybe 5 to 10% of the people that are members of my gym that are part of my team, but it's obviously a good start off. And I would just say this for my experience in closing on this, Julie, unless you have anything else you want to cover, and if anybody else has any other questions, is that if you're going to approach other business owners, just please make sure you do put yourself in their shoes. We all know that we love Young Living; they're amazing products, but to any other business owner or fitness business owner, especially or wellness business owner, we could look like and appear like and seem like every other company and every other person and distributor that has approached them saying, "Hey, I've got this cool product. I'm trying to just grow, and can I market my stuff to your people?" But like the way Julie's encouraging you to approach it, if you approach it to them, approach them in the right way with the right intention, utilizing a script so that you're feeling focused and in control, then and you have their best interest in mind and showing them that it's going to really benefit them. If you were going to do it that way, then it would be pretty awesome. Because if you were coming to me, what would be really appealing to me, Julie, is if you came to me and said, "Hey, I'm working at the gym. I'm a client. This is a great product. I'd love to do a test market. You don't have to put any money out. I'll do the work. If you just allow me to, promote this to or talk to some of the fellow members and clients, and whoever's interested after the first month trial, they can let us know what they liked about it and what they liked best about it. And then once you are able to see that there's some great interest, then make the most sense is for you to register for a wholesale account so you can buy the product and resell it, and benefit financially that way, because then it's a win-win-win for everybody.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great approach.
Cool. Well, anybody have any other questions out there you want to ask Julie? Will we have her on the call?
I see that Donna said, how do you say that Ningxia Red is different than other energy drinks? Donna, I prefer to stay out of getting ingredient comparison. I believe Ningxia Red is superior to other energy drinks, but people don't really care. I'll just tell you what my business coach has taught me. You just say, I don't know, all I know is, and then share your testimonial or share testimonials of other people. And if you try it, if you, for some reason, you don't get the results, you can get your money back. That's all that you need to say. Getting into like superoxide dismutase and various things, which I actually find interesting because I'm kind of a science geek. That's like makes most people's eyes glaze over. I mean, there are reasons why Ningxia Red, I believe, is superior to any of the other ones that I've ever come across, but it doesn't really convince them to give them that information. So just a testimonial. I don't know. All I know is your story, and if you try it and for any reason you don't like it, you can get your money back. That's all. So.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. And I would also add, to complement and complete what Julie's saying, is that I would use some tools. Have a compliant marketing piece. Keep it simple. Buy something, but if you can't buy something, then just make up an information sheet using compliant information. Make it what I call it as a take one. So you take an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, split it into thirds. So whether you do a portrait or landscape, either way, it's just a third of an 8.5 by 11, and just put the picture product, the price, the main benefits of what is compliant about it, or what you can say, and then when you hand it to them, you say, here's the benefits, but you know what, you'll know after you try it. Because sometimes you just get completely questioned out, and people won't really know until they actually try it. And we all know, for those of us using Ningxia Red, we know why.
Right.
Yeah.
I do have, if anyone wants to email me, my email address, Donna, is YL, like Young Living, ylbusinesstools@gmail.com, or you can go to my website, ylbusinesstools.com, and message me from there. I just totally got my brain scrambled as to what I was saying. I do have a Ningxia Red script that if you contact me, I can tell you how that's available. And then Krista, you asked, how do we do this for tax purposes? Your purchase of any of these products for resale, that is a business expense. That's the cost of goods sold. And I don't know how it works in Canada, but in the U.S., Young Living charges us the sales tax on the full retail price. So you don't have to worry about dealing with sales tax. And then the money that would come in, you would report that as profits. Joyce, it's ylbusinesstools.com. Here, let me just type it in here.
I put it in the chat there already. ylbusinesstools@gmail.com.
Okay, and then okay, good. So yeah, but once again, you can test market. You could test market thieves oil, starting in like September, whenever. You can pick, whatever season, whatever oil or product that you think that you have people that would benefit from it. But for me, I'm gonna stick for a while. I'm gonna try out this lavender and peppermint vitality, especially in the hands of people who already use other oils, because I think once they try Young Living, most people notice a very, very stark difference. So.
I agreed 100%. So yeah, I think this is an amazing call, and thank you, Julie, for some very simple, practical, but yet wise business building and sharing information. And I actually think that for those of you who might be feeling a little stuck on sharing or not really knowing exactly what to say, how to say, you still have to maybe need to practice with this. But I think this is kind of cool, because this way you're able to help people kind of tiptoe them in towards buying a kit. And I've had people might say, oh, well, you just want to go and get them to commit to the kit, buy a kit and just get started. But if people are waiting, they're like, well, I don't really know. I don't know what I don't know. And I don't know how amazing these products are yet. Well, then you're better off just um, serving them with some great value first and let them test drive it, so to speak. And then when they fall in love with it, then it's pretty obvious for them to lead into going into the product. And it is it can be, if you do it properly and consistently, it is a good duplicable way of building a business.
Definitely. And on that sheet, I haven't made this sheet up yet. This is something I've got to do this week for my test market, where I have the different tips for using a lavender vitality, peppermint vitality, and also lavender and peppermint oils. I'm going to have a picture at the bottom of the starter kit, and so people know if you would like more oils, this is the kit that you would get, and this is how much it is, this is what it comes with. And then I would follow up with them and ask them, what did you like about the lavender and peppermint oils? I'd love to hear. And then ask them, if they liked it, then of course, then you ask them, would you like to get that kit? Then you can get that best price, get more oils in your system, help your family's health even more. And you will have people sign up. You will have people say no. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll leave you with, I know we probably said this like 5 times, but we keep coming up with good ideas, but from a sales perspective, I know if you don't think of yourself as a salesperson, probably should do some mental training on that, because we are selling something that's absolutely amazing, but sometimes the word sales turns people off. So if you're promoting or sharing effectively with others, that is a form of sales. But when you're promoting it and you're approaching people, it's good to know, like, hey, I talked to 20 people and only 1 person signed up, or wow, I talked to 4 people and 4 people signed up and got started and they were so excited and they're fired up. It's good to be able to duplicate that and know what worked, and just keep track of it. So you don't have to be complicated at all. Just like talk to one, okay, talk to first person, they signed up, second person signed up, third person didn't, fourth person didn't, fifth person did. That's a 3 out of 5. That's pretty good. And just because then you kind of know, because you don't want to wait to get to the 10th or 15th person and then realize that what you're saying is turning people off or they're not, interested.
Right. One last thing Donna is asking in regards to the Ningxia Red, have you found any situations that people should not take it, like on certain medication? I have not come across that personally. I think some people benefit from diluting it. Some people benefit from drinking it diluted with water. That's how I give it to my two-year-old child, and my mom, who is, I guess you could say she's elderly. She's in her mid to late 70s. She drinks it diluted, but I have not come across any situation with someone who should not take it.
Yeah, I haven't either, but if they're concerned and they're on medication, then tell them to consult with their doctor or physician.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
So awesome.
Very good, Julie. Thank you so much. You can send me the bill in the mail, and I'll send it to everybody else.
Thanks, Barney.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you guys for taking and making the time. And for those of you listening in the future, in the future on the recording, remember we will be sending the schedule out, and we are considering to have a regular time each week, like Jen Springer has with her calls. I was talking to Jen about it. And she said the nice part is that everybody knows when to expect it. The downside is that every week is, if it's that one time and you can't make it, well then it's not fun. But if you can listen to the recordings, then it is really cool. So. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a great week. Yes, keep smiling, and we'll talk to you guys in the next call, or see you online or at a live event.
Thanks, Barney. Okay. Bye. You guys, bye.